Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Dice and Dudes. Today, the dudes are setting up our campaign for Kingdom Death Monster. Now, the way it's going to go tonight is going to be a little looser than typical. Starting tomorrow, we will be going on a regular schedule. Every Monday, we're going to be playing this, another Lantern Year. We will play the entire Lantern Year, and we will go from there. Joining me on this Kingdom Death Monster adventure are, very importantly, you all. We're going to try to have as much audience interaction as we can. You guys will be casting your votes. You guys will be deciding on various character names. You guys will be deciding on various character actions, things of that nature. So we have, and then joining me along with that is going to be Paul, and Sonia, and myself. I am David. If you all are new to the channel, thank you all very much for showing up. Thank you all very much for coming down and checking it out. So tonight we're not actually going to be doing a year. We've actually just finished playing the introductory encounter to get that out of the way. There's a lot of those videos on YouTube and Twitch and things like that for people who have, if you want to see that. This is not really a how to play series, you know what I mean? It's not really a how to play series. You'll learn how to play the game if you watch us, but we're mainly going to be here to experience the campaign with you all just as much as we are here to play it ourselves. Really, really excited to play this one. We wanted to get this one to the table for a while. I've been busy toiling away at the various painting that I'm going to have to do, but everything will be painted before it goes on the table. There will be no unpainted minis that will be used. And as part of this, you all are going to be able to help vote on what minis I'm going to be painting, as well as what minis the various survivors are going to use. And that mini will be used for that character, unless that character dies, and then that mini's gone for the rest of the campaign. So I think that's going to kind of add a lot. Like, we may really fall in love with a mini that we don't want to see die. So I think that helps kind of add some ownership to it, you know?
I've already suffered a trauma of death. I don't need another one.
Well, I mean, this is a week 4, man. This is a week 4.
Right?
I will tell you. I will tell you.
Dies.
Yeah.
Your Death Monster character dies.
So what we're going to do tonight, I'm going to give you guys a brief recap of what happened in our introductory game, and then we're going to talk about the first year. So we're going to go through that. We aren't really going to call too much for voting of, we are going to build the Bonesmith, the Skinnery, the Lantern Horde with our endeavors. We have 4 endeavors currently. We will be building those, and we will be innovating at least one time. I think that's the smartest thing for us to do at the beginning, but character names and things like that, you guys will be able to help us decide those. And basically, if you put in the chat a name that sounds cool, something that we like, we will write that down, and then we'll add that to our settlement list, and then you guys will be able to vote on what miniature that's going to be. We do have our Instagram and our email up. Our Instagram, if you go to our Instagram, that's where we're going to be doing a lot of our voting for what character is going to want to use what miniature. Our starting characters, we are going to use the starting survivors. That's Lucy, Zachary, Urza, and Alistair. So we are using those 4. So anybody else, you guys will be able to decide what their names are. Now, the only thing that we've done at this point is we've only done the encounter with the White Lion. We've already pulled our resources. We got ourselves a monster bone, 2 monster hides, and a skull. Very nice. That skull is... there's only 1 skull on that deck, so it's nice that we pulled that. And then we got a lion claw, great cat bones, an eye of cat, and golden whiskers. So we didn't get sinew, which I always love sinew because I love the great cat bow. But we are going to be focusing on other things. There's your die.
Thank you.
As you can see, if you've actually played Kingdom Death Monster before, you'll see that we're using a lot of things that don't come in the base game. We are using, like, this board here. I actually picked up for this. I like it much better than the paper board that it comes with.
Oh, the board.
Yeah,
Like the board.
this one here. I hope you can see that.
Pretty sure you
If
can.
not, we can always do the. I think you have it listed as like artistic.
Yes, because it's a nice artsy angle.
Yeah, you can see it here on artistic. We will be using this board here.
You can't see
it shows
There we go.
we can have damage, speed, toughness, movement. You know, all the information of the monster here. There's more spaces for the cards, which is really, really nice. It is dry erase, which is really cool. I really like that. So that's created for this. All of my tokens are actually in these little holders to protect them, so they don't get rubbed off.
Music of it's making it sound a little scratchy.
Oh wow, you had it up really high. I didn't adjust it.
I was just.
Yeah. Okay.
That's better.
These. Okay. Yeah. So these right here. This is. This will be. You guys will be seeing all of our stuff in there. Because we're using the small character sheets, we're actually using these as well. You guys can see these things. These are fantastic. These are going to be holding our equipment. And our sleeve cards. Every card in the game that I use is sleeved, every single one of them. So we'll be using those. Since we're not using the other ones, we will have our act tokens. So when we, as I was stressing while we played, whenever we act, flip it over so we know that character's already acted. So I'm going to be running 2 characters, so it's more important for me. Technically, I'm running the audience's character, but the audience, if you guys are watching while we do a hunt, you will be able to decide what your actions are. You'll be able to help with some of your loadout too. But we will be using these. So we have dodge. We're going to have our language innovation, which is going to be coming up here in just a minute. We will be going ahead and completing the first Lanternier, and then of course our first hunt will have to be against the White Lion. But before we get to there, I'm trying to vamp to allow some other people to show up. I know quite a few people wanted to vote. You guys will still be able to vote on this stuff. If you watch the video later, leave a comment. And that comment, that will tally. Once we get up to certain years, though, the voting will be closed at that point. So we will be doing a couple of things to vote on. One of the first things that we're going to be doing is, are we going to add the Gorm to the campaign? So we would be putting that guy in Lanternier 3. So that'll be one of the first ones that comes through is... Are we going to use the Gorm? Are we adding the Gorm to the campaign? If we are, vote Gorm yes. If you don't want to see the Gorm in the game, vote Gorm no. That's that one we will be adding, like I said, to Lanternier 3. So no matter what, depending on how the votes are, by episode 3, we will know whether or not the Gorm is going to be in the campaign. The other big ones that we're going to be doing is, first off, would you rather see the Dung Beetle Knight in the campaign? Or would you rather see the Sunstalker in the campaign? And we're also going to post this stuff on our Instagram and stuff so you guys can see what's going to be there. For this one, it is one or the other. So this is a vote. Either vote for Sunstalker or vote for the Dung Beetle Knight. You can comment on the video, or you can comment on any one of our posts on Instagram or on Facebook and just say either Sunstalker or Dung Beetle Knight. That'll be for the Lanternier 8. So we're only going to be adding one of those. So you guys let us know which one you want to see. Same thing as the... let me grab them. I got so many books over here.
Okay.
Juggling a lot right now.
Okay, so we're only going to add one of these nemesis into the encounter. Nemesi, I guess? Nemesis? Right. Okay, I guess. I don't know. We're only going to be adding one of these nemesis to the encounter, and you're going to get to decide. Are we going to be adding the Manhunter, or are we going to be adding the Slender Man? Now, both of these will be probably the next thing that'll be decided after the Gorm, simply for the fact that the Slender Man is in year 6 if we add him, and the Manhunter, I believe, is in year 6 or 7, year 5. So if you guys vote for Manhunter, it's year 5. If you guys vote for Slender Man, it's year 6. If you don't want to see either one of these, if you just want us to do the Armored Strangers thing, then don't vote on those. Okay? Or you can actually vote no if we get enough no votes. So for Lanternier 6. Should have had this a little more structured, but we'll have it a little more structured on our Instagram and stuff like that. Lots and lots to do this week. We will be adding the Lonely Tree to the campaign. That is a guarantee. We will have the card in the terrain deck. So when that happens, I will have the Lonely Tree out, which means I got to get it painted up just in case, very quickly. And then we will have the hunt event. And the hunt event, I believe, is the Object of Desire. Yeah, Object of Desire will be in our basic hunt events. So that there will always be a chance of Object of Desire coming out in our hunts. And if that happens, then we're going to have to deal with that, okay? Once we have all of this stuff written down, then we will go ahead and we will be noting it on our sheet, and we'll be taking pictures of the pages every week so that way you guys can see what's been happening with them and things like that.
It's like hiding behind it.
Now, I have all the content that's currently available, almost all the content. I'm missing a few small box stuff. I'm missing some of the strain cards and things like that. But stuff like the first vignette of death for the white Gigalion. If you guys want to see that, let me know. If you guys want to see something like that, we will definitely put that into the campaign. Yeah. I want to do this. So I would really like to add it to the campaign. I may add it even if we don't get votes for it, just because I do really want to see this. Yeah, this looks really cool. Yeah, of course. I have all of that. So yes, we will most likely be adding that. But if you guys want to see the Lion Knight, the Lion God, the Dragon King, any of those, we are doing the People of the Lantern campaign. But if you want to see any of those added, simply let us know and we will get those going. We want to try to see as much content without going overboard because we still want this to be a workable campaign. And if he's very new to Kingdom Death. He's played a few times, but he's very new. Sonia has played a bit. She's we're like a third of the way through one campaign. And then I've played through one campaign. We got up very, very far before we ended up losing. I played in a couple of other campaigns that petered out. So I played the game a lot, but there is a lot of content that I still haven't been able to experience myself. So I would like to do that. Our biggest goal with this is, no matter what, we want to see this campaign to its logical conclusion. So we want to get to the 30th year, or if it lasts longer than that, get even further than that, and have the campaign come to a close. See the entire thing and have you guys join us on that journey to see what happens with that. And I hope you guys will join us for that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do the...
Gorm, yes. We got one vote for Gorm.
Oh, very nice.
The Death Puppy.
Death Puppy, yes.
Hey, that's what our official artist called it, was a puppy.
Death Puppy, yes.
Death Puppy.
Yes.
We love you,
Danger
Batchar.
Puppy.
There's Danger Puppy, that's right, yeah. We love you, Batchar.
Yeah, but okay, so we already got one vote for yes. We'll most likely be adding the Gorm. I don't see a reason why we wouldn't. But still want to give you guys the options. We understand that this is an incredibly expensive game, and not everybody is willing to spend a small fortune like I was on this. So if you guys like, we're trying to make this as much about you all getting to see the game as much as it is about us getting to play the game. So we really appreciate any advice that you all have. If you guys don't like the camera angles, if you want to see something different, if you want we should probably, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe we can do this one for next time. Instead of having two shots of the board, maybe the other one we have on like a dice tray or something. We roll our dice in there. So you guys can see. Yeah, we will need another one of those if we do that though. Okay. Which we could get. But we are going to, like I said, we are going to be doing as much of this campaign as we possibly can. And I think that's going to go ahead, and that is going to bring us to the beginning of this year. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to do our the first part of this, which I just need to get over to the page real quick. So now we are going to go ahead and we are going to start our settlement phase. So first we have to set up. I'm going to take this stuff off and we are going to use. I'm going to put these up here. Basic action can go there. I'm going to keep the lion stuff handy because it's 100% our next hunt. There's no way it's not our next hunt, so that's just kind of the way that one has to be. We're kind of tight in here, but we're going to be doing what we can for you guys to be able to see.
No, we're not. We're perfectly fine.
Oh my god!
Yeah, we're gonna be, like I said, we're gonna be a little tight in here, but we're gonna be working. We're gonna be trying to work this out as much as we can together. We're gonna get, since Zachary nearly died, our update for that first fight was Zachary got beat up pretty bad.
He took a.
Yeah, I had to roll on the wound table twice, and both times I got bleeding tokens. I got very, very lucky. But Zachary got jacked up pretty hard, and the fight lasted a lot longer than it should. Zachary and Lucy both ended up using their founding shards. So both of those are gone. We do have 2 left, and I said we were able to get those resources. So now we're going to do the setup. And then Survivor's Return. I've already erased his damage, so we're all good there. But returning survivors would heal. All of his boxes are now empty. And now we would add the names of the returning survivors to the settlement. So on the other page.
Okay. I'm moving stuff around.
So you want to go left to right?
Okay.
It's Zachary.
I'm just going to put Zach.
No, put Zachary. The guy almost died. Give him a little bit of respect. A-R-Y. And Lucy. L-U-C-Y. Then we have Urza. And we have Alistair. Alistair actually got the killing blow. He did very well. He didn't take a single hit the entire time. So maybe you're going to be our go-to clutch. You were rolling really bad when we played at Game Vault, but you rolled really, really well tonight, so I'm very happy about that.
Thank you, our lovely sponsors at Game Vault.
Yes, thank you very much. Again, table from Game Vault. Thank you very much. Then we're going to gain our 1 endeavor for each returning survivor that, survived. Mm-hmm. So we have our 4 endeavors, and now we would update the timeline. So now we would... the extinguishing of a single lantern in the lantern horde happens regularly. This is how we'll get back to that. And then we would do our settlement event for the first day. So the first day is this. The first day settlement event will help you set up your settlement. This is the first event of any new campaign. The survivors wander, drawn to a blooming light in the distance. They find the serene comfort of a towering pile of lanterns and a small collection of scared people. On a deep, instinctual level, they know this area is safe, and they make it their home. Roll 1d10. And to determine your starting population and record the result on the back of the settlement record sheet. Choose and record genders for unnamed survivors. You may name an unnamed survivor and create their survivor record sheet at any time during the settlement phase. You roll a 5, so we have 8 unnamed survivors plus the returning survivors.
Okay.
So I think anybody who's watching, I think it's smart for us to have a nice even split of men to women. One of the big things about the campaign, I've actually talked to a few different Kingdom Death players about this, is that men are very underpowered. Women are key in the game. Like, not only can they give birth to kids, but most of the events that primarily affect women are better than the ones that primarily affect men. And we have a lot more pinups of women than we do men. So, I mean, if you wanted, we could add 2 more men and then 6 women. How would you guys want to do? What do you guys think? Should we add a straight even 4 men, 4 women, or should we do 6 men and 2 women? Or 6 women and 2 men?
I was like 6 women and 2 women.
It's
all women.
I mean, Zachary wouldn't mind a harem. I mean, I'm just saying, maybe Zachary should be staying behind because monsters like to eat his flesh, apparently.
Apparently, he's tasty.
He is very, very delicious.
Dude, you nearly died.
He very nearly died. Well, as soon as I'm I have to roll on the wound table for my chest. Oh no. Okay, I only got bleeding tokens and I'm knocked down. Okay. Then I have to roll for my arm. Oh no, I don't want to lose an arm. More bleeding token. All right. At least I'm not walking out with Zachary with 1 arm.
Well, we got
rock that.
Huh? We got 1 vote for 6 women.
1 vote for 6 women? I think that's best. What do you think?
you want to see what everyone else says, or just leave that?
Well,
for
for
now?
something like this, we want to kind of go through because we are going to have to make a choice. So we'll give it a few minutes. Okay, so now return to the settlement section of the first day story and proceed to returning survivors. The first day settlement event card will not be used again during this campaign. So now we go to returning survivors. Not too far.
Not too far, yeah.
Okay, so with returning survivors, we have to nominate a survivor to utter the first words. Now, you haven't experienced this because you jumped into a campaign late. You know what this does. So, who should we nominate? Should we nominate?
I say
either do we want to nominate one of the people who just returned, or do we want to nominate a new person?
What was it again? Returning?
This is the Returning Survivors story event.
They're going to utter the first words.
We have to choose who utters the first words.
I say because of the name. I say we select Lucy because of the name.
You think we should select Lucy because of the name?
Yeah, it's Lucy.
Like Lucifer.
No, I was saying that. I was saying because of Lucy.
I say since Alistair was the the best one in the fight, that it's his choice.
You think we should do Alistair?
Yeah.
What do y'all think? You think we should do Alistair? I think, well, I would say we give him the choice since he hasn't experienced this yet.
Uh-oh.
I'm like with my pencil. No, not really. I would never.
So yeah, so Alistair?
So, you want it to be Alistair then?
Alistair, okay. The nominated survivor steps forward. Did you take his character
No, it's
card?
right here.
You did.
I have it right there.
So,
because I have the board.
you're going to gain 1 courage. So you're going to tick that first box.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You could let him do it.
I've got that board.
They lead the other survivors in learning to speak to one another. They discuss their situations, realizing they must hunt to live. Add the white lion to the quarry list on the settlement record sheet. No, we talk. We actually say something. It's always there.
It's always
yeah,
there.
it's always there. Your settlement gains the language innovation. Now, with the language innovation, we build the innovation deck, which I've already done because we always have to do this. So we have language. So now that we have language, we actually all will get the encourage action. So each one of us will take one of these encourage actions, and we will add that to our abilities. And then on the top of your card here, you're going to mark that we have encourage. So I'll mark.
I'll mark my own. I have a pencil for such.
Yes, you do. So we all have the encourage action. Okay. All survivors gain the encourage action. Our survival limit is increased by 1, so our survival limit, you'll see that right here, will be 2.
Oh, encourage. There it is.
And then our survival upon departure right now is nothing. Okay. So we have the encourage action, and we have our survival limit has gone up. We have the language consequences to the innovation deck. So this is our innovation deck. We now have paint, symposium, ammonia, hovel, inner lantern, not lantern oven. I don't know why that got mixed up in there, and drums. So then we shuffle these up, and we will need access to these. Our settlement locations we're going to keep off to the side. We're not going to keep them down here, but we will keep our innovations up here so that way we can see them. Okay, so we all have that. That is Lucy, that is you, and that is me. Okay, and that one is yours. All right.
Yeah.
So now we've already built the innovation deck. So we gather around the glowing center of the lantern horde. Armed with language, the nominated survivor aptly names the glowing center of their home the Lantern Horde. The settlement gains the Lantern Horde settlement location. Search the large settlement location cards. We've already done that. The nominated survivor sits in front of the Lantern Horde in awe and gains +1 understanding.
I am understanding.
You are. They must skip the next hunt phase as they ponder the meaning of existence.
So now you have to skip this hunt phase.
So if you look down on the bottom right of the sheet, next to where it says abilities and impairments, you will have to mark that box showing that you have to skip the next hunt phase. Okay? Check off, yada, 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 yada. Now return to the first story to complete the settlement phase. So we come over here to the first story. Okay. So now we would do the update to death count. Nobody died. Now we would check milestones. So no one's died, so we don't have principal death. No one has been born, so we don't have any of that. So we have some decisions to make. We can now develop. Now, when we develop, we're going to be spending endeavors, so we basically have 4 actions. Those endeavors, we could build the organ grinder, we could build the skinnery, and we could build the bonesmith. Now, when we do that, if you can go and grab the Lantern Horde location. So when we do that, we just gain these, okay? They don't cost anything right now, simply for the fact that they have no cost, okay? Now, the game does recommend that we build all 3 of these on the first year. I agree. We need it. We need to do it, okay? So that is going to use 3 of our endeavors. 3 of our endeavors are gone.
Okay.
We have 1 endeavor left. Now, we could innovate with this endeavor. When we innovate, we're going to take the top 2 cards from the innovation deck, and we're going to decide which one we put into play. The other one gets shuffled back in. Okay, so
Shall we innovate?
we either innovate, or because now we have the organ grinder, we can try to make a baby. I think it's probably more beneficial to innovate first. I mean, getting the new life event is nice, like that'd be good. But I'd actually like to probably wait on that one till next settlement phase. What do you guys think?
Okay, that's it.
Okay. So we are going to go ahead and we are going to innovate. So to innovate, we have to spend 1 bone. So we have to spend 1 of these bones. We have to spend a hide. We want to spend that bone instead of the skull. You'll see why here in a minute. And we have to spend an organ. So we have a choice between our organs. The golden whiskers or the eye of the cat. The eye of the cat can be very useful. We don't have the Caterium yet, but we can build a very useful item with that. So we may want to hold on to that.
Whiskers.
So the whiskers? Okay. So we're going to spend these 3 items. That is 1 of our white lion resources, which we can put back there. We will be shuffling that up after each time, and then we can put those, if I can reach it. Haha. Those there. So we now have these available. So now we will go ahead and we will take the top 2 cards. And sorry, I need to be moving this guy when we do this. So we are here at develop.
So that one?
So we have Symposium and Paint. So with Paint, the settlement swells with the creative energy. All survivors gain the dash survival action. Dash, once per round, spend 1 survival to gain +1 movement, like a movement, action, and use it immediately. Add Paint consequences to the innovation deck. Or Symposium. Our survival limit does go up by 1, and from now on, whenever we innovate, we draw 2 additional cards.
I like Symposium.
They're both very good.
They are both good.
But, I mean, like...
So what do you all think? Do you think we should have Paint, so that way we can get another one of these actions, the ability to dash? Or should we get Symposium to make it easier for us to innovate in the future? Have we gotten any other votes on the number of survivors?
No.
So we're going to go ahead and go with 6 women.
Okay then.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. No More.
Because we are now going to have to name one of these female survivors. Because Alistair can't go on the next hunt.
We're taking a female survivor?
Or, we could take a male.
No.
We could replace Alistair with a male if we wanted to. I do have a nice painted male figure we could take.
Ooh.
Big Joe.
Big Joe?
Mm-hmm. Or Old Joe, I should say.
Old Joe?
Yeah. He's just really big. And his miniature's way taller than everybody else's.
Eye on that one. I think he's sticking out right now.
Actually, yeah, he is.
It's like,
Yeah.
you see the box, and you see the little staff like...
right now.
I'm so sorry. I accidentally hit to the preview scene
Oh,
right after that. But yeah, so we got the symposium.
okay, yeah, so we chose Symposium. Sorry about that. We chose Symposium. So we have Symposium now, which increased our survival limit, and now whenever we pull, we will be pulling 4 cards instead of 2.
Oh, hey, we did get a vote for Symposium. So good thing
Symposium
we...
as well. So
All right.
we're going Symposium.
Alrighty, Symposium it is.
It's a good one. It's so good.
Alrighty. Hey, we still got a majority vote there, so very nice. Okay, so we have this.
We do not mark down on our innovations.
No, we do. Innovations? Symposium.
Are you sure?
Yep, yes, we do.
I thought there was one that we
No,
don't.
we don't do like graves and
That's
stuff
it.
like that. Yeah,
That's
we don't do that
what
stuff.
I was thinking
Okay, so we have Symposium now. We've used all of our endeavors. So now we have, if you want to hand me the organ grinder, skinnery, and bonesmith.
We'll just hand you them all.
Yep. So, Paul, so that way I'm mainly doing this for your benefit because I already know what I would like to do.
Yeah.
We have a skull. We have a lion claw, which is a nice bone. Great cat bones, which is another bone. We have 1 piece of hide, and we have 1 eye that we may not want to use yet. We may want to wait till we have the Caterium, which means we only have like 4 items to make. The good news is, if we want to do something like just some extra weapons, then we have at least 2 bones that we could use. I highly recommend that since we did get a skull, that we actually make the skull helm. The skull helm takes 2 bone or just 1 skull. The skull helm also gives you 3 armor in the head. And you guys saw, like, the first time you hit me in the head, I just went right down.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. At least that's my vote on that.
Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do the skull helm. So I will be pulling out the skull helm in just a moment. Stone circle, organ grinder, skinnery, and skull helm. Okay, so we have a skull helm. So someone's going to have their head protected. We have 1 piece of hide. Would we like chest armor, or would we like to protect somebody else's head?
I think chest armor.
You think some chest armor? What do you think, Sonny?
Yeah, we need some chest armor.
Okay, so let's get a raw vest. So that rawhide vest is good, so that's going to be that one gone.
The bone.
Now we have 2 more bones. I suggest we make some weapons with these. Now, we have bone daggers, bone blades, bone darts that we could do. We can't do the bone club because that takes 3 bones. We can't do the bone axe because it takes an organ too. So we could spend that cat eye on an axe if we really want to and hope that we get a cat eye next time.
I think a bone blade would be good though.
So we should definitely have a bone blade. So I agree with that. I definitely like swords. So bone blade is a sword. And that's 1 more of these. Now, we could hold on to the great cat bones, but I think since we used 2 of our founding stones, we probably should have 2 weapons to replace them. So do you guys want some bone darts to have a nice thrown weapon? Well, not nice thrown weapon, but at least a thrown weapon. Or do we want to have a bone dagger? So that way, if you roll a 10 to hit, you get +1 survival.
I wish we could do the axe, unfortunately.
I mean, we can't. Hey, if they want us to do the axe, we can do the axe.
Do you want to just go ahead and do the axe?
Axe? I mean,
I like the axe.
Yeah, you know what?
the axe is really nice.
It is sexy.
It may be a while until we get the Caterium, so.
Once per attack, if you critically wound, cause 1 additional wound.
The audience has spoken.
I'd say the audience has spoken. So, axe it is. That is the eye and the bones now gone. Okay, so we have now created our items. So we now have these 4 items that we can add to
And we
our
still
hoard
have the
of
4
stuff.
cloth
Paul, I will hand those over to you.
Okay.
and
So-
2 founding stones.
We are here in develop. Now we would go over to prepare departing survivors. So which survivor are we going to have replace
Alistair.
And what should their name be?
Do you want to... Should we have a lady? Or gentleman? Well, not really.
I say a gentleman, and I think we should call him Richard McDick.
Well, that's what you would say. But what does the audience say? Who should go? Who should we have show up for this to take Alistair's place? And Alistair was clutched last time. So who should replace Alistair? And should it be a man or a woman?
Let us know.
Yes, please. And
Please,
in the
Skyrim.
meantime, though, because that we do have a delay.
And I will say Skyrim.
Skyrim's been pretty awesome.
Skyrim's been very active. I appreciate activity, so I would say Skyrim, give us a name.
Yeah. What should we talk about in the meantime?
Well, I am very, very excited about tomorrow. You're going to get to see, because you haven't even fought the lion. You've only fought like
It's the beginning.
the screaming antelope. That's the only thing you've been able to. That's the only thing you got to fight.
Lion?
No, because he just sat in for he subbed into a
okay.
campaign for me and got to experience the game. I wanted to experience the game, but I also prevented him from seeing any of the spoilers because I didn't want him to see any of that.
Yeah.
He did see something about the Gorm, but he's probably already forgotten that by now, so it's okay. And it looks like we will be adding the Gorm.
Yeah.
And a male. All right, so we're gonna have a man go.
How many?
You're a male. Is that the name?
Yeah. What would you want the name to be? Would you want the name to be you're a male, or what would you want to name him, Skyrim?
So, I'll do this one.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a male,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna have to pick a character or miniature for him.
Which means we're gonna have to do this. Yeah, I think we'll use old Joe for this one. I think we'll use him. I think we'll use him for that.
He's very tough.
He is very, very tall. You are.
That works.
I like Alrighty, So is now named. Is a male, and will get a single survival. Now, sadly, we did not get any of the consequences that give us more survival upon when we depart. So we're not getting any additional survival yet.
Are we supposed to mark down the hunt HP?
The hunt XP.
Or XP?
Yes. You forgot to mark down your hunt XP. That's okay.
Everyone
That's
gets one.
okay, yeah. Everybody should have
gets
one. Everybody gets one.
Alistair, who is pondering the meaning of
But does not. does not get
Does
one.
not.
Okay, so we are definitely going to be, if you
I'll
want to
take
flip
her.
to the front page. I mean, you may as well take her because, so our departing survivors are going to be, and then we will be obviously going after the White Lion because right now that is our only quarry. So we will be heading after the White Lion. And alrighty. Okay. So, I like that. Okay, so we're going to be going there. Now, we're also going to decide, so I think should probably use the bone axe.
Okay.
I think that's fair, right?
Alright.
I think should use the bone axe. So give up your founding stone.
Alright. Yeah, someone else can use the
Yep,
founding
somebody
stone.
else can use the founding stone. I'm gonna have Zachary, because I think Zachary's gonna die. Straight up, I think he's gonna die. With how badly he got beat up, I think he's bound for death.
That's it.
I would like to give Lucy. I would like Lucy to be Urza to be the swordsman. I want Urza to be the swordsman. I think that would be good because we have a great miniature for that.
Yeah.
Lucy has the whip.
Ooh,
I don't think
yes.
we'll be using the whip for her because I don't want to wait that long to give her a proficiency. But there's at least that.
That one.
So
that figures.
then I would take your founding stone.
I will give you my founding stone.
So now I'm back to where I started. But we do have the skull helm and we do have the rawhide vest.
Do you want to have? Let's give it to Zachary.
Well, I wouldn't mind having the skull helm on Zachary because
Apparently
oh my
he takes
god,
head damage.
yes, apparently he takes head
A
hits,
lot.
so I would not mind the skull helm on him.
Shall we give
The rawhide vest. Well, we want to keep him alive, so I think that wouldn't be bad if we could get if we can get the headband next time. then we could get him an additional evasion. So,
Yeah. Okay. That will work.
okay. And we're not having to tear down anything today because we'll be going right into tomorrow night. And then we'll do our first full year tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to be going ahead and we're going to be departing there. I'm going to move that for you.
A vote on the settlement name, though.
Yes. Now that's one of the ones I wanted to end off with. So we got to know the settlement name by tomorrow. So we will be posting this on Instagram as well, looking for people to name our settlement. And either if you like one that you see, just upvote that one or like that one, and if one gets enough likes, we'll do that one. Same thing on YouTube. If a particular name gets enough votes, that'll be the name. So if you like one that you see, definitely name it. We'll name it that or like that, so that can be its name. So that'll be the last thing that we have you guys vote on today. Okay, that'll be the last thing we have you guys vote on today. What'd you put?
Settlement McSettley.
Oh my God. I hope not.
Sue us, Skyrim.
Please, God, no. Please, God, no. Don't let it be that. We will be posting that on Instagram. So if you guys weren't here earlier in the video, remember we are asking for if you want to see what?
The email and stuff.
Oh, it's on there.
Yeah. Do we want to add the Gorm? The Gorm is just Gorm yes or Gorm no. I think we're going to be adding it, honestly, because there's no real reason not to. It just gives us something else that we can hunt.
Whoa, third solo settlement. Nice.
Nice.
Great.
Pro. So are we going to add the Gorm? Do you want the Sunstalker or the Dung Beetle Knight? That one's in year 8. So vote Dung Beetle or vote Sunstalker. Again, we'll have these on a post in Instagram for you guys to vote. And then the Lonely Tree will be in there. Will we be adding the Manhunter or the Slender Man? Like that one, like we didn't know. And if you want to see something else, like if you want to see the Lion God or the Lion Knight or the Dragon King or any of those, let us know. We won't be adding everything to the campaign because we still want it to be kind of workable. You know, we still want to be able to have content for another campaign, because if this goes very well and we enjoy doing this, we will do one of the theme campaigns, either the People of the Sun or the People of the Dragon, maybe even just the Flower Knight campaign. That one's pretty short, so we can knock that one out pretty quick. And then we will be adding the Vignette of Death for the Giga Lion. So, I mean, we could go Lion Heavy and add the Lion God, the Lion Knight, and the Giga Lion. We could do that. But we want to hear from you guys what you guys want to see, especially if it's something that you guys don't have access to. Yeah, if you guys don't have access to it, or you don't own the game, or something like that, and you want to see us, you want to see what it's like to actually interact with something like that, let us know. We'd love to be able to help you out with that. And for those of you who don't own the game at all, and you don't really know what we're talking about too much, I mean, enjoy the ride. Cast your votes, and let's have ourselves a good time. Tomorrow at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time, so an hour later than we started today, we will be doing the first real hunt of the White Line. So that we're going to be doing the entire Lantern Year. We're going to do the hunt, we're going to do the showdown phase, we're going to do the settlement phase, and then that'll end our Lantern Year. The Lantern Year 2, basically, technically. But we will be going ahead and doing that. So we are hunting the White Lion next time because we don't really have a choice. We do have our people set up. We know who we're taking with us. Thank you very, very much, Skyrim, for the voting and participating. We really, really appreciate it. If you missed the live of this and you still want to vote, leave your comments below. We need to know about the Gorm ASAP, and then we need to know about the Manhunter and the Slender Man. So those we do need to know. We got a few weeks for those, but we will need to know the Gorm because I'd like to add that to year 3.
And settlement name.
And we need to know the settlement name. The settlement will be named by tomorrow. So by the time we get in tomorrow, we will have the settlement named, and we will be going with either, if we don't get a whole lot of votes, we'll just go with the name we think is the coolest. And it's not going to be settlement
McSettley.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Ooh,
No.
If it is your first time, you should go vanilla campaign.
Well, it's not my first time.
Not our first time.
Not my first
Kind
time.
of my first time.
Yeah, but I
We're
like
going
throwing
hardcore.
him in. I like throwing him in the
Hardcore
deep
throwing
end.
you into the deep end.
Yeah, I like throwing you into the deep end. But we will go ahead and said we will be adding certain things, but let you guys vote to see what you want to see. If you don't want to see the Manhunter or Slender Man, you want us to do the regular Nemesis, just vote no on those. Same thing with Sunstalker and Dung Beetle Knight. So if there's something you don't want to see, go ahead. Feel free to vote no. If we get more no votes, we won't have any of them in. We won't have those things in. We'll go with other things. Except pretty much, I think we're going to have the Gorm. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then pretty much I think we'll and the Lonely Tree is part of it. The Lonely Tree is in. But that one we may never see. It all depends on how we pull, all depends on how we pull. So thank you all very, very much for joining us tonight. We're going to be adding more production value and stuff to this as we go. We all have full-time jobs and kids and all that stuff, so it does take time, but we will be getting to that as soon as we possibly can and prettying this up just a little bit. We'll see about getting a dice tray camera for you guys, moving one of the other cameras and see what we can do. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think that's going to go ahead and do it. So, guys, be ready tomorrow at 7:30 for Lantern Year number 2. Well, technically, it'd be all of number 2 pretty much because we'd be getting back, yeah. So it'd be Lantern Year 2. So be ready for Lantern Year 2 tomorrow at 7:30. Then we'll be back to Mondays at 7:30 every week. So, guys, thank you very, very much for joining us. We'll see you back here in about 24 hours from now. I'm really, really excited. All right, everybody. I think that's going to do it. Remember, from us dudes to you dudes, keep rolling dice. Good night, everybody.